Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about something that, let's be honest, almost all of us want to do. Speak another language and do it with real confidence. I'm going to walk you through a super simple and honestly really effective way to make that happen.
But first, let's just get real for a second. Why is speaking a new language so dang hard? You've totally been there, right? You've done the flashcards, you've watched the videos, but when it's time to actually talk, something just doesn't click.
I mean, this is such a common thing. You can read a menu, you can understand a movie, but the second someone asks you a question, your brain just kind of freezes up. That feeling of being shy or nervous or just completely confused, it's a huge wall for so many of us.
So how do we climb over that wall? Well, a huge part of it is just having the right tool to practice with. So let's kind of look at two different ways you could go about this.
So on one hand, you've got something like LanguaTalk. It's cool. It hooks you up with live tutors, but that means you've got to schedule sessions, and yeah, it usually costs more. Then you have LanguaTalk. It's a totally different approach. It's all about one thing, AI conversations that are ready to go whenever you are. We're talking 24/7, no scheduling, no waiting, and here's the best part, no stress.
And that really gets us to what I'd call the LanguaTalk advantage. Let's dig into why this way of doing things is so simple, so smart, and yeah, completely stress-free.
First off, it is just so easy to use. You don't need to be a tech genius or anything. You literally sign in, you pick the language you want to learn, and you start talking right away. There are no hoops to jump through.
Now, here is the smart part, and this is a game changer. While you're chatting, the AI is actually helping you get better. It'll correct your mistakes, but more importantly, it tells you why it was a mistake in really clear, simple language. That's how you actually learn.
And you've got plenty of options. LanguaTalk supports a ton of the most popular languages: English, Spanish, French, German, and a whole bunch of others. So yeah, there's a really good chance the one you're trying to learn is on there.
And this is so important. You're not just practicing random vocabulary lists. You're having conversations that you would actually have in real life. You know, about your day, about travel, about work, stuff you can actually use tomorrow.
And all of this leads to the one thing we're all after: confidence. So let's talk about how this helps you learn without that feeling of fear.
Zero. That's it. That's how much pressure you're dealing with. No nerves about saying the wrong thing to a real person, no hassle of trying to schedule a lesson. It's designed to just get rid of all that anxiety.
You can practice for 5 minutes or you can practice for 2 hours. It doesn't matter. And if you make 100 mistakes, that's awesome. Seriously, it is totally okay because making mistakes and getting corrected right away is exactly how we learn.
For anyone with a busy life, this is everything. Got a few minutes before you start your day? Great. Want to practice on your lunch break? You can. Can't sleep at 2 in the morning and feel like speaking some Spanish? You can do that too. It fits into your life, not the other way around.
All right, we've talked about the features, but let's stop talking about the app for a minute and start talking about you. Let's just imagine your future and what this kind of practice can actually do for you.
Just seriously, take a second and picture this. You pull out your phone, you open the app, and you just start speaking. In French, in German, whatever it is. No hesitating, no fear. I mean, how incredible would that feel? And now imagine the progress. Every single week you feel yourself getting better. You're understanding more. The words are coming out easier. And that old feeling of being uncomfortable, it's just fading away. You know, the path to get there is actually pretty simple. Because it's so easy and stress-free, you end up chatting more. And because you're chatting more and getting feedback, you learn more. And when you can feel yourself learning more, you just naturally become more confident. And that is the whole ballgame, isn't it? Confidence. It's not just a nice feeling. It is the absolute key that unlocks fluency. You really can't have one without the other. So after all of this, the question really is pretty simple. Are you ready to finally start talking? LanguaTalk is that tool. It's simple, it's powerful, and it's built from the ground up to get you over that speaking hurdle so you can talk with confidence. If that sounds like what you're looking for, you should really give it a try. What if this is the thing that finally makes it all click for you?